Okay, we already know what time it is. It is Ozark time. The Thunderhead 7.5-inch knife, ball bearing open, polypropylene handle. So the junk knife, the junky that I reviewed recently, which you may or may not have seen, had a polypropylene handle. This one's a little different. Even looks a little different. I just kind of like that knife. I think I let you look at the back of it and tell me what was wrong with it. Now you look at this one, you can probably see what was wrong with that one because it's right on this one. Anyway, so this is the black blue liner, the Thunderbird. Let's get the Thunderbird open. So I think about the B-52s. Didn't they have a song called Thunderbird? Love Shack? Anyway. So look at that. That is a beautiful contrast with that blue liner and this this polypropylene, whatever that is. Ain't that milk jugs? I think that's what milk jugs are made out of. So that's a good contrast. It looks good. I like that. Pocket clip is a heavy pocket clip, and you can reverse it for left and right carry. Let's see. It looks pretty stout. The pin on the back, the stop pin looks to be okay. It's not really significant, but it looks okay. Blade has no movement. Up. I mean, there's the smallest amount that I can feel with up and down. Now that is the juggerest juggy jug of all jugging. Looks like I can see a little bit of discoloration on the tip like they burn it. That sharp of a point, you run a high risk of tempering it or pulling the temper out of it when you're sharpening on a machine, especially to a point like that. And it looks like the very tip of that point is a little darker, so I think it's probably been tempered. It is a hollow grind, which, you know, I prefer flat, but that's okay. I've got knives that I really love that are hollow ground. So there, put that in your pipe and smoke it. So it is a slender looking blade. What is the length of the blade? Does it say 3¼ inch stainless? Yeah, 3¼ inch stainless blade. Of course, it's a liner lock. Let's flicker. So, and of course, she opens nice. It's not smooth. The what is that? The CRKT Fossil is one of the smoothest, buttery feeling knives opening. That when I open that knife, that's why I bought it, because it opens so smooth. This doesn't do that, but it opens easy. This is a sharp metallic open. Of course, you can hear that, but that liner lock does not affect those ball bearings at all. It doesn't put any significant drag on this blade at all. So let's try what they call that's the light switch. Let's try the push button. And that works great. Now, I may not be doing the push button. I mean, I've watched these knife reviewers do that, and you're supposed to be trying to push straight down on the flipper or pull straight down like a light switch. I do it the best I can, but I'm not a knife guru. I just play one on TV. So let's try the thumb. That's okay. You got to do more outward to get it to really get out there. And I almost caught the tip of my finger, which is fine. Let's try a flick, which is fine. So someone recently, they commented on one of my videos to show them how to do a finger flick. And I had to learn how. I had to figure it out. And I probably don't do it right. Some blades you can get on the side of the blade enough to do it, but you have to have something. Usually with a hollow ground blade, if you can get to that hollow part of it, you can finger flick it off of that blade. But I have to do it off the thumb stud. But what I'm doing is I have to get back here and try to hold the pocket clip or the bottom of the knife some way. I've seen people do it like this, where they have the bottom of the knife held in their hand, the top of their knife pressed against their fingers, and they got their thumb bracing. So you have all of the outside of the knife, then you get down here the same way and flick it. But I can't do that. My hand's not designed to be able to do that. My fingers are too short to get to things, and I am not put together to be able to do it like that. So I have to get my finger, hold on, usually with my pinky for the pocket clip, and I'll probably do like, this right here, and get my finger up here out of the way so I can keep the back flip from contacting my hand, and my thumb I'm just holding usually close to the pivot like this. Then I can get my thumb over here. Then I have to pull this finger up, and I will go out like that. And usually those two fingers are going, but this one's not doing anything. So let me release that again. So usually I'll be like this right here, if that makes sense. These fingers will do this, but this finger's not doing anything. Of course, from cutting it off and getting it sewed back on, it doesn't work quite so well. Hold on a second. What is that? Oh, I do need CPAP filters.
You have a Dream Station too?
I don't think so, but I can cut them to fit.
Okay.
I haven't changed the filters in a year. Excuse me, my wife's seen a thing, or my daughters, if they see CPAP stuff, they let me know about it because I have to have a CPAP machine. Anyway, so excuse the interruption. So again, my thumb is trying to brace this side of the knife to push it against this side of my hand, and I'm trying to get this finger usually like that, and this is really the handhold I'm trying to make. I'm trying to get my thumb on this side of the scales. I'm trying to get this finger at the farthest point of the knife that I can get over here to hold this side of the knife. So let me try and do this quick so I can make a short out of it, and maybe it'll be helpful to someone. So I want to get this finger on this side of the pivot, this finger on this side of the pivot. I'm trying to catch usually the pocket clip with my pinky. I'm starting with this finger holding here, and then I'm getting this finger under the thumb stud, and I'm flicking out like that. And so this finger's not doing anything. This finger's doing all the work, but I have to move them both together because I can't just do that finger fast enough to get the force that I need to make it flick out. So let's do that again. I'm holding it like this. I've got a pinch grip over here as best I can do it, and my pinky holding the knife. If there's no clip, then I'm trying to hold the scale and keep my finger out of the way of the blade. And then I'm catching it with my thumb. I mean my index finger, my waving finger. That's my waving finger. I wave at people with that when they make me mad. And I'm getting under it and going for it. And this blade doesn't need as much. And I have to again start with them like this. This blade doesn't need near as much force to get it out there, but to get the blade to come loose, you see, it's over halfway out, just getting it to pop loose from the handle itself. So it's very little in this. It takes little effort to get it out there. You just got to put enough force to get it broke loose, and once you get it broke loose, it's coming out the rest of the way. So again, the only thing, and I guarantee you buy 5 of these, and one of them is going to have probably that dark tip on it. So I think that has been tempered. The feel of the knife it's got some edges. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Again, this is $7. I can't complain about it. I say 7 something close. It's less than 8. Let's say that. And so again, the barest up and down, no side to side, which is unusual on a bearing knife. Usually with knives that's got bearings in them, especially as I know these are going to be small bearings, probably nylon or Teflon encased bearings. And this has got no lubricant. I haven't put anything on it. So this is a nice little knock around knife. I don't know how well it'll hold up. If you get in there and you're doing a lot of work with it, hard work, I don't know how well it'll hold up. Time would tell. But if you don't work a knife really hard, then this is a great little knife. It's great to have. There's no reason not to buy it. Again, there's better options out there, in my opinion, than this knife, and Ozark makes a lot of them. You just can't beat this old beater right here, which this is the newer one. What was this one? Does it have the name? I can't read it. I don't remember the name of this one. But it's like the most recent bug out killer variant. They had purple. No, they had orange handles first. There was 2 versions of that, and then they come out with a white handle, which I never found, and then this one, and I got this one in a black as well. And this is all thanks to Dave. This is one of the knives Dave sent to me. It stays on my desk here, and I use this to open packages and stuff, and do stuff on the desk when I do stuff. And again, if your option is this knife or this knife, get this knife. But this is a great knife. It opens smooth, opens good, feels nice. The blade is a long, slender, pokey knife. This is very pokey. I don't think you have any issues doing all the jugging you can do with this baby. So it's one I recommend. It's to your preference. Look, if Walmart's closest store, then this is the best option. And I'm telling you, I mean, I'm saying that because if you're going to spend $10 driving to a Bass Pro Shop to get a better, cheaper, then just go to Walmart and get this. So I recommend it. I do. There's one of the recent Walmart knives that I bought that I don't recommend. It's most of the blades, low, short blade, long handle, and most of it's serrated. I don't recommend that knife at all. There's way too many better options at the same price. Don't even worry about that one. But this is one that I do recommend. This is an Ozark that I would recommend you get, the Thunderhead. So I appreciate you guys. Enjoy spending time with you, and I will see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.